In the swine industry, a common saying is every part of the pig is used up except for the yoink. While this seems a bit far-fetched, it is a very true representation of the reality of a process in which there are easily 150 plus products that are being produced using swine pieces and parts. The most transparent use of the swine industry is also the most common, and the majority of the pig goes to making delicious, edible pork products. Overall, there are approximately 8 major or primal cuts of pork. These are not what you would get from the grocery store. This number may vary depending on the butcher of the meat and where you are globally. They are the head or jowl, the Boston butt, the picnic shoulder, the foot or hock, the loin, the spare rib, the side, and finally the ham. Jowl. The jowl is the basic head and underneath chin area of the pig. The meat is mostly used for sausage. The Boston butt, or pork butt, is actually located at the upper or front shoulder of the pig. It is made up of some of the parts of the neck, the shoulder blade, and the upper arm. It is not the tenderest cut of pork you will find because there is a good portion of connective tissue contained in it, but it is commonly roasted or cut into steaks. Also excellent for sausage. The picnic shoulder. In general, the pork shoulder is smoked or cured. It also contains connective tissue and is not the tenderest cut. Ham. The ham is the rear end of the pig where the hind legs are attached. The most common meats we get from this area go into smoked or cured meats. It also is used for roasts or steaks at times. Also, ham hocks are acquired from this area where the shank meets the foot. Pork side, or pork belly's most common use is bacon and is the most valuable cut of the pig in the U.S. marketplace. Spare ribs. Just as they sound, the spare ribs are often used as pork rib. Pork feet. Pork feet are good sources of gelatin and are often used as a byproduct in soups. The meat can be cured, smoked, simmered, or even pickled. Finally, the pork loin. The most variety of cuts and steaks you would buy at the grocery store generally come from this primal cut. Pigs have up to 17 ribs, and because of this, back ribs come from this area. Also, many of the pork steaks come from the loin area. Above the loin and following the spine of the pig is a deposit of fat that is used in making lard and adding flavor to sausages and ground pork. Grocery store cuts of pork. Recently, many commercial cuts of pork and beef were renamed to make selection of products more uniform and to ease the selection of particular cuts on the consumer. The cuts include the New York pork chop, which was formerly the top loin chop. The porterhouse pork chop was renamed from the bone-in loin chop. The ribeye pork chop, that was formerly the bone-in rib chop. There is also a boneless version of this cut. The sirloin pork chop. The New York pork roast, formerly the top loin roast. The pork ribeye roast, renamed from center rib roast. Sirloin pork roast, pork tenderloin. The arm pork roast, formerly arm picnic. Blade pork roast, renamed from shoulder blade, Boston roast. There are also a variety of styles of ribs, and further there are a plethora of ground pork products, sausages, and cutlets. All of the previously stated cuts of pork can be found at a grocery store or your local butcher. Now you know what you're cooking, but how should you cook it? Pork can be cooked in any number of ways: fried, grilled, braised, simmered, baked, roasted, cured, smoked. Any way you can cook meats, you can cook pork. The possibilities are nearly endless, so get out there, grab some pork, and get creative. The National Pork Board says, pork, be inspired. I say, just add bacon.